this is Jen Thompson, and I'm here with my dear friend from college, Tiffany, and her lovely husband, Lee. And we wanted to get together on Zoom and talk a little bit about the upcoming concert and just how I know these guys and what their music means to them and just all the things, to give you a teaser about why I'm personally so pumped about this, that even if I'm the only one attending, it's going forward, because I'm in love. So before we talk about the event, can you guys just give the public a little scoop on Tiff and Lee?
Little scoop?
A little scoop.
All right. Well, I'm Lee. This is Tiffany. We'll start there. Then she can take it.
So we got married in 2016, and we met in 2014. And Lee's a full-time musician. I have been in music in some shape or form all of my life as well, but always swore I'd never marry a musician.
She even told me that.
Or
she said, I don't date musicians right off the bat. And I was like, well,
I guess I'm changing jobs. Yeah.
And we ended up falling in love. And it was actually quite a while before we ever performed anything together. We ended up very off the cuff doing a Christmas song at my work Christmas party.
I think it was probably a year or so before we actually played in front of each other. And when we would play in front of each other, when we started, I would just sweat. Like,
yeah.
And then the more that we did that together, we realized it was fun and we enjoyed it and that people liked it. So we did our first project together. It was a Christmas album in 2017. And then I have a band as well, and so Lee plays a lot if he's home, and we've recorded several other songs, we've written some songs together, and we have really decided we like doing music together. It works.
It works together. It's really comfortable, and we like each other.
Yeah, well, isn't that helpful? Yeah.
It really does help.
Yeah.
But
now, you guys,
it makes for a great collaboration, because my style really works well with her style and vice versa. So it's fun.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Now, you guys, it's funny that you mentioned 2017, because the video that I first posted of you singing together, or Lee, you were playing the guitar, was in 2017, you were getting ready to go on a trip. And I posted leaving on a midnight train to Georgia.
Wow, yeah, that was one of
2017. I tried to go back as far as I could and find like the oldest one of the two of you together that I could find, and that's what I found. So
cool.
we've given people a sample of your early days.
Nice. Okay, good.
Yeah, man. So what's the name, real quick, just for people to learn more about you? You're in Nashville. And Tiffany, you said you have a band, and I think you have a website we've been sharing. You want to tell that real quick?
Yeah, it's tiffanyturnermusic.com, and you can find our Christmas album on there, other projects I've done, and some live gigs that we had to cancel due to Corona. but you can basically.
It's okay,
you can find us there, and then we also have a Facebook page, Tiff and Lee, and it's just TIF, the and symbol Lee.
Yes, and that's where we're going to be promoting and streaming the video from, right?
Absolutely.
And that's where I saw you do your basement stuff and fell in love with that vibe, and so that's the style that the concert will be in. So before we talk about the event, one or two more questions for you just about music, if you don't mind. Would you mind telling me, like, I'm not a performer, but I speak in public all the time, so I know the fears I have, I know the joys it brings me. So as a performer of music and that blessing, what does it do for you? What do you hope people see?
Anytime that I play, I hope that I'm not just playing notes and people don't hear them. I hope that I would connect with that person that's in the crowd, whether that person is through a computer screen or if I'm at a live venue, one row in, or the people way up on the grass seats. It's always thrilling for me to share my music with people and just have them hear it. And then honestly, I love the response back. That's one of my big thrills.
Thank you for sharing that with me. Tiff, you want to answer that too?
Well, music's just powerful. And I think if anything from the last couple months that I've learned, is just by putting our little videos out a few times a week on Facebook, just how much music means to people, how just for 3 to 4 minutes during a song, they can just kind of forget what maybe their present situation is and just savor that moment, maybe associate those memories of a song and bring those feelings back. But we've just realized just how powerful and healing music is. And it's really neat to be able to give someone that gift and be a part of their life for just a few minutes in that way. It's really beautiful.
Yeah.
It's an honor, and it seems that you're stewarding your gift really well right now, and I want to compliment you on that. Because I didn't know you were doing the basement sessions till I came across it on feed. You know, I think of your mom, of Miss Joy, and then I was like, oh, check this out, it's regular. So that's where I kind of connected with the whole basement scene and was like, oh, I love this. And maybe that's not how I found it, but let's just give her credit, right? I don't know. So real quick, I'll just mention, so these guys are, again, dear friends of mine, but we're kind of doing this so that you get to know them, because these are the singers for our virtual concert on June the 5th for our birthday party. Lighthouse for Life has never stopped and taken the time to celebrate a birthday. So this year, we're going to stop and celebrate turning 6. We're going to celebrate that we beat the averages of 3 years and 5 years so far, and that God has done a ton, the community is behind us, and that awareness is through the roof in South Carolina. And so that's why we're celebrating, and we'll be streaming this concert with these guys on, they're going to stream it on their page, and then we'll share a watch party from our page. Now, in relation to talking about topic just for a moment in the concert, what is there anything for either of you guys? I know you know, Tiff, I know you have the connection to nonprofit, and your soul's been in service always since I've known you. So is there any draw for you, or what's your initial connection to, or what is it about human trafficking that helped you agree to help me or help us?
I think that anytime that you're dealing with people's rights being taken away from them, and just seeing people, their soul and their empowerment that lies within them being taken away and diminished, there's just an urge to do whatever you can to help prevent that. And I've done a lot of traveling internationally, and I've been in countries where trafficking is, I don't want to say normal, but it's
that's true.
more, it's more visible. It's more just people accepted in their community. And just as a woman, and seeing mainly victims being young girls and young women, and just seeing the darkness in their eyes and their face and their spirit, to be able to give back and bring awareness to an organization that helps to fight that right here in the States is huge, because all of us as human beings have the right to be free and be in control and in charge of our own bodies and spirits. And when those rights at just that basic core are taken away, you just have to do something.
Yeah. And isn't it cool in your joy and your passion through song? You know, it's pretty awesome. Lee, would you be willing to answer that question for your perspective as well?
So I think I was brought to the awareness about this problem a couple years ago. We went and we saw
A documentary,
and people talked about it. And in my life, I deal with a lot of substance abuse, and I'm in recovery. So the reason why I bring that up is not to talk about me, but anytime that I put it out there, especially on social media or in a venue like this, it's raising awareness.
Amen.
So for me to join hands with all of y'all to do this would hopefully bring awareness to maybe somebody who's not heard about it before, realize that, hey, this is a real thing and it's happening right in your back, out your back door, basically. So I think that's why I'm all for it and just jumping on, because anytime you can speak words, it gives them power. If you hold in your words, you don't have any power. So the more we can get this out there, the more we can give it power and give it more strength, and just keep building thing and doing what it needs to do.
If I had glasses on, they'd be fogged up now because it draws me a little tears out of me. But thank you for your courage to be vulnerable, because that's really strengthening, and it's actually quite courageous. It's not weak at all. And the connection between poverty and personal human rights and all the substance addictions and all those things culminate in when we see exploitation and trafficking. So you can relate in a way that I at this moment in life I can't, and so you have a viewpoint and a perspective that's unique and powerful that maybe someone will connect with in a way that won't anybody else reach them like you. And that's what we say at Lighthouse for Life, is everybody's role is very important. You don't need to quit and try to do what I do, and I don't need to quit and try to do what you do. It's a community-wide problem, and it needs a community-wide response. So I appreciate your willing to share that. I think the only other question I'd like to ask you is, at the end of the concert, what would make you, I know what would make me happy as the CEO of Lighthouse for Life, right? I'd like to see a lot of people view it, all these things. But my perspective is different than yours. As the performers, as those sharing your gifts with us, those 30 minutes, what would make you walk away happy? And maybe it has nothing to do with who watches it. It could just be because you did your thing. I don't know. But what would make you experience extra joy as you walk away?
I think this is not about us. This is about what you guys are doing. And just to be a part of it, maybe it sounds really cliche, but sure, spread the word about Tiff and Lee, and have some more people join us for our basement sessions would be nice, but that's not the goal. And the goal is to celebrate how many years you guys have been doing this, and just have a little entertainment and just share our music. I think.
And I think for people to walk away, either if they haven't known about Lighthouse, knowing about it, or if they know about it, maybe making either a one-time commitment or an ongoing commitment to just support what you guys are doing. And I think that for us, we would consider that a good night.
Oh yeah. Well, and I might have asked the question in a way that didn't initiate potentially the kind of response I intended, but just as even artists, what is it to a performance, a show, whatever the word is, when you share your music, what is it for you as an artist that brings satisfaction when you walk away?
Well, so really randomly last Christmas, when we did our show, I looked out and there were a half a dozen people singing along with a song that we'd written, and just to see them connect with something that we created was it was like I couldn't even watch it almost. It was just beautiful. So I think if people connect with us, if they feel like they're sitting in our basement with us enjoying music, and they turn their computer off and they just feel good and full. And better than they were when they turned it on, then we've had a good night.
Because when we play, there's no script. And
I know. I love that about the basement.
We just kind of turn it on and we go. We talk about what's going on in our life. So you're going to get a little bit of that. You're going to get a little free spirit. We're going to have our music planned out, and I think you guys are going to pick some songs.
Yep. We've got the playlist you shared with us. I haven't announced that yet, but if you want to tell us, what are the 3 songs that people are going to get to vote on which one they hear? Do you remember? I don't remember. So
the first one is Free Fallin' by Tom Petty.
Stay Together, Al Green.
Okay.
And then
What was the third one?
last one
It's okay if you don't remember. I don't right now.
is
She's gonna get it.
I can find it.
And they're all really different. Like Free Fallin', I'm playing acoustic guitar and singing, which is something.
Okay.
This girl has such
Oh.
a great voice. I mean, why would I try and sing with?
Because
but
he
I'm
has
going
a good
to.
You
voice.
sound good with her.
Thank you. And then Let's Stay Together is one that she does in her band, and it's so cool. And then the
And
third
then
one
we're gonna
is,
add a new one, Carolina on my mind. Carolina
we-
in my mind.
which
James
we-
Taylor.
Yeah,
we've never
Yes.
done that.
because it's South Carolina and it'd be new for you and home for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for I apologize for the spur of the moment of that
No,
one,
that's
but
fine.
it's good to let people know. And I appreciate the time you took to pick different kinds. You know, that's pretty cool. I personally hope people vote for the one where you sing too. Lee, because in the basement, I love that.
You
So I might
regret
just
it.
kind of put a plug out there for that one. Yeah. Well, man, I just want to say thanks again. This brings me personally layers of joy that only probably you can understand. And then there's some of it that I celebrate for Lighthouse for Life and for your music, and then just for the community at large. And I do hope people will tag in and follow in the basement because you don't have the script and because you are who you are and your souls, come out in your words and just your way you interact with each other and the comfort and all that shines through more than you may know. So I think it's just going to add great value to the concert, but it also is absolutely why people missed you when you were away a few days ago. You could tell that in
Yeah, we could tell.
yeah, which is good to feel loved and missed, right? So yeah.
Cool.
Well, thanks for talking with me and doing this for Lighthouse for Life, and I guess I'll see you in a week.
All right.
Sounds real good, Jen. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Adios.